Hey everybody, welcome back. I did a video a couple days ago working on the LTZ400 here, and I stated that I was going to change the clutch lever, which I didn't at the time. I also stated that I was going to go in and research it and that I would get it accomplished, which I did. I think I overcomplicated a very simple process. I did go in and research. It seemed like I searched forever, but in this day and age, probably 10 minutes. I put in some keywords. I wasn't getting the information that I was looking for. I was getting a lot of how to change clutch levers on a DRZ400 motorcycle that doesn't have all the parking brake accessories on it. Or it was about tightening the tension on the cable and taking slop out of it. Or it was about changing the clutch plates altogether. I couldn't find anything specific to an LTZ400 or a KFX400 clutch lever change with the factory perch and everything on it. So I decided to come out and stare at it for a while. I think it was only a couple minutes, but my wife says I have a horrible sense of time, so it was probably more like 30 minutes. And then all of a sudden it just clicked and it dawned on me what I need to do. So hopefully, to make it easier for others in the future, I am going to show you the few steps that I went through to get this changed out. And hopefully it saves somebody else a lot of time and frustration, makes it a little bit easier of a search. And in case I forget to mention later, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button, share, all that good stuff. Doesn't cost you anything, but it really helps us out, and we do appreciate it, just like we appreciate everybody that watches the videos. So let's get into changing this clutch lever. So while I was sitting out here staring at this, here's what I realized. There's a clutch cable that comes in. It's connected to the clutch lever, comes in through here, and when you pull in the clutch, it'll move that lever right there. So what my brain realized was that if I was to pull in the clutch and jam something down in there so that it wouldn't spring back into place, that would release tension up at the lever, and it would allow me to be able to take the old lever off. And there's still a couple bolts that needs to come off, so we'll go through that. But first I'm going to jam something down in there. And what I'm going to jam down in there is the old brake lever that we took off. It's the one that's broken on the end, the one off this four-wheeler I took off on the video. So I'm just going to pull in the clutch, and I'm going to jam this thing down in here so there's as little back movement as possible, and that should do it. And I'll show you what that accomplished. So what that did is it allowed the clutch lever to have this play in it. And that play comes from where it comes in through here. The cable comes in and runs up underneath here, and we'll get a better look at that. But that's going to allow us to be able to pull this clutch lever off once we get some of these bolts undone. And the reason we have to undo some of these bolts, this top one here is the one that holds on this top assembly, and this one down here is the one that holds the actual lever in. And the problem is, it's not really a problem, but it makes it easier. This plate overlaps this one. And let me give you a better view of that. So you can see this plate here doesn't allow you much room to get to that bolt. So I took this bolt out, and I'll show you why I did that. So let me point out, the only thing you need is a 10mm socket and a 10mm wrench. So all I did, I pulled back the dust cover like that. I came in and I put my wrench on this bottom nut, and then I simply loosened up this bolt, maybe. Which just broke off. Okay, let's point out two obvious things. First, I broke that bolt. I must have just given it a little too much, you know, when I probably shouldn't have, and it broke off. But that's okay. After I broke it off last night, I shut off the camera. I took the assembly off of the handlebars, and I was able to take the old vice grips here and twist it out of the bottom. So all is well and good there. So that was last night. On the way home today, I stopped at Lowe's and got a brand new bolt, brand new nut to go on it. So when we go to reassemble it, I'll be able to show you how we put this on the right way. Second obvious thing is, yes, I said I broke that last night, so it's the next day, and I'm wearing the exact same clothes. I didn't sleep in them. I didn't wear them all day. This just happens to be my barn clothes. Keeps my body warm, covers my gray hair. All's good. All right, so back to the disassembly. This is where the bolt was that I broke off last night. And I did get it the rest of the way out, and you can see that it allows movement in this piece right here. So you can move it just enough that you can get the 10mm socket down on there now, and we can take this one off. I'll try to be careful and not break this one, which I think I was successful. I was. Take it out a little bit more. Should be able to unscrew it by hand now. And out it comes. So what that is now allowed is the top is free and the clutch lever is free to come out. We'll go around to the front and I'll show you how it looks from up underneath here. Okay, so now that your adjuster's free, you can see from the wire up here, you got a little bit of room. So all we're gonna do is line up our cable. Oh, it just popped out. Line up the cable and it comes out. And then grab the new lever, which this is my new lever, just to line that cable up with the same way you took it apart. See if I can do this with one hand. Probably not, but I'm gonna keep trying. There we go. Line it up, push it in. Now the new lever's on. So then you can just twist it back into place, just like that. And there your hole's lined back up. So now it's just a matter, we're gonna put the lever bolt back in first. So we're just gonna put this bolt, line the lever up, and get it started. Put our socket on it. Get it down so it comes out the bottom. Put our nut on. We'll hold that down with a wrench, 10mm wrench. Tighten that down. Then we will take our brand new bolt that I'm going to try not to break. We're just going to line up all the holes on this. We'll screw it down into place. And here's where I'm going to do it a little bit different. I'm going to put the nut on the bottom. I'm going to tighten the top all the way down. Then I'm going to come from underneath with the socket, and I'm just going to hold this top one in place. It should keep me from breaking it again. Make sure I don't put too many muscles into it. So there you go. You can pull your dust cover back over, and you're done up here at the top. Final step in this easy process. I say easy, but it took me 2 days. Pull out your wedge you got in here. There we go. And now got movement there. You got all the right tensions up here. All the cables are back in place. Everything's good to go. Her lever's changed. All right, there you have it. That is my process that I figured out. Well, many people probably figured it out, but I just figured it out on how to change the clutch lever on an 03, I think it's the 09 Suzuki LTZ400, as well as a Kawasaki KFX400. I don't plan on doing a lot of how-to videos, and here's the reason for that. When you get into doing how-to videos, everything you do will get critiqued. If you ask 50 people how to do the same project, that's 50 trained mechanics on how to change a transmission, you're probably going to get 50 different answers. And I don't want to cause any kind of weird debate. So this is my way. It worked for me. It was fast and easy from start to finish. Now, yes, granted, it took me 2 days, like I said, but it is really an easy project. If you were just to sit down and do it, and it probably takes 10-15 minutes max. It's jamming a wedge in, taking a couple bolts out, lining the lever up and taking it off, and then just doing the reverse. It's a pretty quick process. So hopefully this will help somebody else out in their search down the road. Man, our dog is loud. Anyway, hopefully it helps somebody else out. Like I said earlier, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Hope to see you on the next video.